Hello students, let us continue with the chapter Microorganisms, Friend and Foe. Today we will be discussing about how microorganisms are our foe. That means how they are our enemies. Microorganisms, they cause various types of diseases, and these disease causing microorganisms are known as pathogens. Now there are two types of diseases. They are communicable diseases and non-communicable diseases. Communicable diseases are also known as infectious diseases, while non-communicable diseases are known as non-infectious diseases. These infectious diseases or communicable diseases, they spread from one person to another. Not only that, they are caused by pathogens such as bacteria, virus, protozoans, algae, fungi, and even worms. While non-communicable diseases, they do not spread from one person to another, and they are caused due to the malfunctioning of an organ or due to the deficiency of vitamins, minerals, etc. Now, these pathogens are spread by various means. So, we can say the modes of transmission are different. The mode of transmission can be through air, water, food, direct contact, through sexual contact, or through vectors or carriers. When we sneeze, it is said that we have to close our nose and mouth with a handkerchief. Why should we do that? This is because when we sneeze, the droplets are spread into the air, and these droplets that come from the nose and mouth of an infected person may spread a lot of pathogen in the form of bacteria or virus into the air, and this can be inhaled by a healthy person who is then infected. Therefore, it is advised that we put a handkerchief on our hand, on our mouth and nose while we sneeze. But nowadays, even this is not recommended, because we have to use this handkerchief very carefully, or that may become the source of infection. So the best method is to sneeze into or cough into your elbow. That is what is recommended by the WHO these days, especially in these days of COVID. Now, diseases can also be spread through vectors or carriers. Now, what are these vectors or carriers? They are animals or insects that carry the pathogen. For example, dogs are the carriers of the rabies, and mosquitoes are the carriers of various diseases, such as the female Anopheles mosquito is the carrier of the malarial protozoan, that is Plasmodium. The female Aedes mosquito is the carrier of the virus for dengue. Houseflies are also carriers because they sit on heaps of garbage which contain a lot of microorganisms which stick to their body, and when they fly and sit on uncovered food, they infect the food. So thus, houseflies are also very good carriers or vectors of diseases. Now let us see how we can prevent the spread of mosquitoes, or how we can prevent the disease malaria. What are steps can we take for this? First of all, we should not allow water to be stagnant in our surroundings. This is to prevent breeding grounds for the mosquito larva. If there is water in the flower pots, in tires, or small puddles, etc., we should not allow it to remain there as such. Or we can spray oil in water surfaces. This is to cut off the air supply, and thus it kills the larva of the mosquito. Another method is by growing guppies in water bodies which feed on the larva of mosquitoes. We can also put nets in ventilations such as doors, windows, and also the room ventilators. We can use a mosquito net while sleeping. Mosquito repellents can be used, but these are not very safe because usually they are chemicals and may cause allergies relating to breathing problem, etc. An electric bat can be used. So thus, these are the various methods by which we can prevent the spread of the malaria or curtail the breeding of mosquitoes. Let us now discuss some common diseases. First of all, tuberculosis. Tuberculosis is caused by a bacteria, and the mode of transmission is through air. Next, measles. Measles is caused due to a virus, and the mode of spread or means of transmission is through air. Chickenpox is also caused by virus. It is spread through air and through contact. Polio is another disease which is caused by virus. It is spread through water. And in case of all these diseases, we should isolate the person and we should not use the articles used by these patients. There are vaccines also available to prevent these diseases. Typhoid is caused due to bacteria and the mode of transmission is through water. Cholera is also caused due to bacteria. It is caused due to, or the mode of transmission is through food and water. We should have clean food. Personal hygiene should be maintained. Good sanitary conditions have to be maintained. Clean drinking water should be used, and also vaccines are available for this. Hepatitis is caused due to virus. It is spread through water. We should have boiled water, and not only this, vaccines are available. Lastly, malaria. Malaria is caused due to protozoan, and the mode of transmission is by vectors, that is mosquito. For that, we can use various methods which we have already discussed. Microorganisms also cause different types of diseases in animals, such as the anthrax. Anthrax is caused both in plants and animals. The causative agent is Bacillus anthracis, which was discovered by Robert Koch. Foot and mouth disease is a viral disease which is caused in animals. Next, diseases that are caused in plants. Citrus canker, which is a bacterial disease and mode of spread is through air. Wheat of rust is a fungal disease. Again, mode of transmission is through air. Yellow vein mosaic of Bindi is a viral disease and it is caused, or the mode of transmission is through insects. Thus we have seen how these microorganisms cause diseases in human beings, animals and plants. Apart from this, how can these microorganisms harm us? These microorganisms spoil food. Not only do they spoil food, they spoil leather, clothes, etc. Thus, we have come to the end of today's session. Thank you.